Hello everybody, this is Mr. Regner, and this is some common conversions to know. We're talking about fractions turning into decimals, or decimals turning into fractions. Now, as we know, we can do these mathematically, but here are some common conversions, in fact 17 of them, that would really do us well just to memorize. If we know these inside and out, we don't have to worry about doing the math. We don't have to worry about silly mathematical mistakes giving us the wrong answers. So, I'm going to break these 17 common conversions to know down into groups. So our first group we're going to look at are the tenths. Now tenths, I feel like are going to be really easy for us. Think about it. If I had 1/10, I could easily turn that into 10 out of 100, or 10 hundredths, right? This might be easy for us to then convert into a percent as 10%. If you get a 1 out of 10 on a test, it's 10%. Now, if we know just that alone, we can figure out the rest of these. Just think, 3/10. Well, that's 3 times as much as 10%. That's 30%. 7/10. That's 7 times as much as 10%. That's 70%. And 9/10. That's right, you guessed it, 90%. Again, for the tenths, look how simple this is. If it's over 10, we just take that number and put a 0 behind it. 3 with a 0 is 30%. 7 with a 0, 70%. 9 with a 0, 90%. Memorize these tenths, and really all the in-betweens we could figure those out too. 2/10 would be 20%. 5/10 would be 50%. Pretty simple conversions there. Another group I want to look at and focus in on is the quarters. Quarters, I want you to think about money, right? Think about a quarter. That's 25 cents. So if you have 1 out of 4 quarters, you have 25 cents. 1/4 is equal to 25%. And just think, if you had 3 quarters, well, that would be 75 cents. And 3/4 is 75%. Again, hopefully, that kind of makes sense for you logically, just thinking about quarters. Okay? Another one that I think will be easy for you is the half. Right? We just need to know what 1/2 is. Well, 1/2, that's going to be 50%. 1/2 of 100% is 50%. So again, I mentioned there are 17 total conversions to know. We've just knocked out these really, really quickly, and I hope these are going to be easy for you to have in your brain. Hey, here's another grouping we want to think about. Thirds. Now, thirds are not quite as simple as maybe quarters or halves or tenths, but they're still on the simple side of things. If we took 1 and divided by 3, we'd end up with a decimal that goes on and on and on and on and on and on forever. It never stops, right? That would be 0.333333, and it goes on forever. Now, to convert that into a percent, we know we just move the decimal over 2 times to the right. This makes it 33.3%, or 33 1/3, or 3/10%. So we could keep that going on, by the way. We're just going to remember that it's 0.3 and we'll stop there. Okay, technically I could keep on going 0.33333333 forever. Now think about it. If we know 1/3, 2/3 is just double this. So just take 3 times 2, we get 6. So 33.3 becomes 66.6%. Again, just think of it thirds, right? It's going to have a bunch of 3s or a bunch of 6s. The 3s are 1/3, the 6s are 2/3. We just doubled it. Another area that I think will be kind of easy for us, but maybe not used quite as often, is fifths. Now in the fifths column, we want to think about, what is 1/5 of 100, right? If you had 100 and you split it up into 1/5, that would be 20. Right? If we've split that up. So 1/5 is 20%. Just knowing that alone, memorizing that fact, can allow you to figure out the rest. Let's see, 1/5 is 20%. Let's double it and make it 2/5. That's 40%. Let's triple it and make it 3/5. That's 60%. Let's quadruple it. 20 times 4. 4/5 is going to be 80%. Again, check out our fifths column, 20, 40, 60, 80. There's a nice pattern there that hopefully is going to make that really easy for you to memorize. So guys, we have gone through most of our list, and I'm hoping that most of these numbers are just kind of coming through for you loud and clear. I've saved the best for last, the eighths. Now, unfortunately, the eighths are a little bit tricky. I don't have, an easy way for you to remember these. In some cases, we just want to memorize, all right? So we could do the math. We could figure it out. That's not a big deal. But again, the whole point of this exercise is so that we can memorize these commonly used conversions so we don't have to do the math every time. I will tell you that 1/8 is equal to 12 and 5/10%. 12.5. Just knowing that alone, again, we can figure out the rest. Take 12.5 and multiply it times 3, times 5, times 7. Those are great ways to figure these out. But if you're looking for another way to figure this out, I've got some other tips for you. Now for 3/8, I don't have a great idea here. We'll just triple 12.5. If we do that, 3/8 becomes 37.5. Again, these are things just to kind of memorize, have in your brain. If we quadruple it, right, tack on a couple more 12.5s onto here, 5/8 is going to become 62.5%. And again, you might want to just remember these numbers, right? Take a look here. We have a 2. We have a 2. Here we have a 1. There's the 1. Here we have a 6. I don't know if that's going to help you or not. Now for 7/8, I do have a little trick that might help you. 7/8, we just kind of reverse it and make it 8/7. Look, 7/8 is equal to 87.5%. 7/8 becomes 8/7. Maybe that'll help you. Maybe it's going to help you to know that there's a 7 here and a 7 here. 2 here, 2 here. Right? In the end, these are some common conversions that we just need to know. We've gone over all 17 of them that you'll need to know. I believe the eighths are going to be ones that you might just need to memorize. When we look at the fifths, just kind of knowing 20, 40, 60, 80, I believe you'll do okay there. For thirds, we can easily just memorize all 3s or all 6s, right? When we talk about these halves, quarters, and tenths, I think those are going to come easily for you as well. So you want to take the time to study and memorize these conversions to know so that you can use them whenever you come across them in a math problem. I'm Mr. Regner. I hope you have a great day.